So, the Netball Superleague Super Cup. Now, I've just got some news that this tournament will be taking place in March next year, just before the start of a Netball Superleague season. Now, I've seen the format, and it's very simple to understand. 8 teams split into 2 groups of 4 teams, with the top 2 sides from each group qualifying for the semi-finals. Very simple for fans to understand. Now, another thing I do like is that there's no 5th place or 7th place playoffs, because nobody wants to see that. Nobody cares. Just do semi-finals and final. That's it. Although my one criticism of this is that it's not an in-season tournament, but as a showcase tournament, though, I think it's good for new fans to see what the teams and players will be about. Also, I think in subsequent years, I'd like to see this become an in-season tournament, like what we see at the NBA. But for now, the cup tournament, as it is, I think it's good. But in future years, should become an in-season tournament. Now, what are your thoughts on the new tournament? What are your thoughts on the Netball Super League rebrand as a whole? Let me know. So, another thing I'd like to talk about are the 2 new names to the Netball Super League: Birmingham Panthers and Nottingham Forest. Now, firstly, Birmingham Panthers. I'm unsure about the name Panthers, considering there's already a team in the Midlands called Panthers, and if you know your hockey, you know exactly who they are. Weren't there any other alternative names out there? I don't know. But one thing I do like, though, is that I like that there's a netball team in the West Midlands for the 2nd time. Now, previously we've had Wasps, who came over from London, but to have a netball team in Birmingham shows the positive direction the league is going in. Also, with Nottingham Forest, now, we've never seen a football team have a netball team before, although we've seen rugby teams have netball teams, like formerly Wasps and Saracens, and currently Leeds Rhinos. Now, initially I thought that a football team having a netball team was bad, because I thought to myself, hang on, if the Premier League catches wind of this, won't you just see a whole raft of netball teams having football names, potentially killing the identity of the Netball Super League? But then I thought to myself, what's the harm in a football team having a netball team? It can only be a positive, right? I mean, what's your thoughts on Nottingham Forest netball? Is it a step in the right direction? Also, Birmingham Panthers, I'm not entirely sold on the name. So, what name would you have for the Birmingham netball team? I'd like to know your thoughts on that also.